Hello, I'm back with part 6 of my toilet paper roll mini, and today we're going to start decorating the pages. I've done quite a lot of the prep ahead of time, but hopefully I'll be able to explain it okay for you. You'll have to let me know if there's a problem. I haven't got lots and lots of spellbinders, punches, that sort of thing, but I have got a few, so I'm just going to quickly go through what I will be using. I've got my glues at the back here, various types of glue. These punches, a flower punch, a small leaf punch, my corner rounder punch, and a 1/2 inch circle punch. I'll be using the Crop-A-Dile 3/16 size, some pearl buttons, and some, this is 6-strand embroidery floss, and my score tape, and then these dies. This is a Cuttlebug die, and I use this very rarely in its full form, but I cut it up so that I have small fancy flourishes. You can see on here, I hope, where I've cut it, so just across at this point. And I've also cut this flower not completely off, but cut it down so that that's removed. This die is a flower die by Paper Artsy, and then I have got these spellbinders, Labels 1 and the Lacy Circles, and I'm using both of those. I'm sure there are plenty of alternatives. Okay, so let's start with page 1, and I've made a pocket for this page. So I've cut a strip of paper 6 inches by 2 1/8, and I've scored in this direction at 1 3/4 and 4 1/2, and then along the bottom here I think that was 1 3/4 from top to that score line. I've then cut the corners out, so where the two score lines meet, I've cut the piece out and angled the edges slightly so that we can fold this up and make our pocket. I always fold the bottom one up on the outside so that anything you then slip in here fits quite nicely. Because I made a mistake at the top here and used the wrong piece, I've cut my Fiskars punch, cut a strip from that to go along the top. And I've also inked the edges with the Black Soot Distress ink. So that pocket's going to sit on here, and then we'll decorate it and make some tags to go in it. Some score tape on the back. I'm just going to trim this slightly, just I've slightly overlapped it there. There we are. Try and get this level. Just line that up. Stick that down. So the tags we're going to put in it are a square photo mat with a journaling spot on the back. So I've cut this at 2 5/8 by 3 inches, rounded the corners. I quite often round the corners when I'm putting things in pockets because it does just allow them to slide in a little bit more easily. I've already stuck this piece on. The pattern paper and the journal paper is cut up 1/8 of an inch less either way. So I'll go back to the glue stick for this. Just use the brayer just to make sure that's properly adhered. So that's our first tag. The second tag I've cut at 1 3/4 inches by 3 inches, and I've cut a piece in the pattern paper and a piece in the journal paper, inked the edges and use the Crop-A-Dile to put a hole at the top there. What I'll do with those is glue them back to back to make a fairly stiff tag. I'll do that next. And that's going to go in there as well. I've tried to choose contrasting colours, and this page needed some white on it, which I've got obviously on this pocket. I'm also going to use some seam binding to tie on top of the tag, and that's quite a bright white. And we're going to now decorate the pocket after I've just finished this tag off. I like to put reinforcers on my tags to give a nice finished look, and to make these is very easy to make these. You just need a little bit of pattern paper. Okay. The first thing you need to do is cut your middle hole, so I use the Crop-A-Dile to cut that, and then with my 1/2 inch punch just line that up. It's easier to do it upside down. Line that up centrally as you can. Punch. It's actually gone a bit off, and that's your reinforcer done. So I've made 2 of those and I've inked the edges, and I'm going to stick those on. I'm going to use a wet glue, and I'm very keen on this wet glue as well as the quick dry. This is the Zig 2-way. I've been using this for years and swear by it. So we'll stick that on that side. Could have had the yellow side showing, I guess, on this side if I'd wanted to, but I've inked it before I've thought about it, so we'll have the same pattern on both sides. See how that gives a nice finish. And for the ribbon, I'm just going to tie a knot. And snip that off with my Tim Holtz scissors. I haven't got any good fabric scissors upstairs. And that's in there. Okay. For the decoration, I'm going to stick to flowers. If you remember, I said that this paper has quite a lot of stylised flowers on it, and I want to keep it relatively simple. It's the sort of style I like, really. So we're just going to put these on, add our flourish and a button at the centre. So I've die cut this from the Paper Artsy die and just snipped between each petal, just about half an inch in. And I've cut this, I forgot to say, it's one of the other dies I've got. This is the little flower from Tim Holt's Tattered Florals die. I want to give these just a little bit of dimension, so I use a soft pad and just the end of a pen and just push those petals in a little bit in the middle. On the wrong side, turn it over, do the same in the middle, and that just brings them up a little bit. And I'll just do that with the little flower as well.